Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Songs of Conquest after a break that is somewhat longer than I was hoping between episodes. It has been a week, y'all, but hopefully we're more or less back to normal now. That's not the button I meant to press. This is what I want. I wanted just to make sure. Okay, we have visited that cairn already. So, the situation as we have it right now is there's an enemy wielder in the forest somewhere. Pretty nearby, because we know they've taken a couple of our buildings. And then over here, near our big settlement, we have an enemy wielder currently converting one of our towns. I would love to hold this income. I would love to have even more income, so it would be pretty sick if actually we could deal with that. But Vilya's army is a little bit scary. That many shields of order is actually fairly problematic for us. We are having a hard time. Or no, wait, that's right. We just won a battle against a wielder, one of their wielders from down here, didn't we? That's right. That's why our army is in such shambles. So actually, you might be in an okay shape to go south and reclaim things. Although maybe, given the momentum of the moment, what we should be doing is pushing north. Let me expel this wielder for a second here. I want to get a measure up here. Okay, threat level toward Namander is 1 billion. I think I'm going to keep Namander tucked in here. Is there a point to running out? I guess we could run out and grab a little bit of money from the orchard. I suppose there's no reason not to. And interacting with the tavern is going to give us bonus move. This is the thing we can have Namander doing that's actually like of some value to us, instead of just sitting in the town. And then we'll head back inside the walls. I really like that the little doors are actual 3D objects, pixel painted over, and they actually open when you pass through. The art style for this game is just a total delight to me. I am such a big fan. All right. So let's talk about rebuilding this army. For the first time, we're starting to have enough money to actually recruit, enough money and enough actual bodies to talk about recruiting these upgraded Harima troops. So let's take a second and actually analyze what we're looking at here. So as a baseline for melee units, let's talk about a group of veteran pikes is going to be 30 in size, and when it attacks, it's dealing 150-ish to 210-ish damage, right? So 150 to 200, that's kind of our baseline for a slot in our army doing melee damage. And of course, they do it without retaliation, at range, sometimes spear walled. It's maybe something that's going to take counterfire needs to be coming in a little harder than that, right? One big downside of the Scarred Brute immediately that I notice is only a single point of essence on this troop. That is a real bummer. But you can see at maximum size we're 200 to 240 damage. There's a lot of health on these units. It takes 90 damage to get through a single one of them. 34 offense, 25 defense base. Obviously stands up quite well to the pikes and doesn't really scale with bodies in the unit. That frontline fighter thing is difficult to evaluate, but obviously the effect of the moment battle is joined, all of a sudden your initiative shoots way up is pretty obvious. It's really nice to be able to go late in one turn and then early in the next turn. And 50% spell damage resistance built in is a big deal. Then we have the Shadow here, upgraded from the Sassanid. I don't think we've ever had opportunity to use a Shadow yet. At max troop size, dealing 250 to 300 damage per attack with no retaliation, and the weight ability built in so that you can get that, hit weight on one turn, act last, run up on somebody, attack them without retaliation, then base high initiative, go first in the next turn, attack them again without retaliation. The fact that they ignore zones of control, these seem like fantastic units. I am fairly impressed with both of them. We don't quite have enough of these in the pool yet to go to a full stack, and they require Glimmer Weave, which is a shame. Glimmer Weave? Glimmer Thread? It's called Glimmer Weave, right? But in any case, we can't make that work. If I wanted to get up here, we'd have to sell like 700 gold worth of something, but this might be worthwhile. Honestly, the other thing that might be most worthwhile is like filling out the Hell Roars, which would cost us 4 Celestial Ore. Yeah, you know what? Let's make that happen. So we'll get 4 Hell Roars. We'll cap out the 2 units that are present, but basically like pretty mauled. And that's actually all of our money already. Armies are expensive. You know, I could produce a shop that doesn't that doesn't feel terrible. And we no longer think that this town is going to just flip over, right? Because we did defeat that enemy. So, yeah, the question is, do we ride south and like try to reclaim some stuff? There is a tower here with a bunch of gold scattered around its base. We could pick our Glimmerweave mine back up. We could basically like head back to town through here, try to sandwich this guy, and also on the way just like reclaim a bunch of lost resources. Or do we press north while they are wounded and weakened? Like, I'm obviously extremely weakened my own self. But if we were to press north and try to like take a town from them, we could probably harm them in a much more long-term way. Like, there's a walled settlement here. I think it's got to be that. I'm going to try to take that walled settlement. All right, so interact with this for a little bit of bonus movement. There's probably quite a lot of money in that, right? Treasure chest level 3, I believe, is a pretty large amount of money. But I think I want to take advantage of the fact that they are temporarily weakened. Interacting with this old camp will give us troops, right? I don't know what, but almost anything would be useful. Oh, right, we have a level up unprocessed. We certainly can't really take advantage of command right now. Leveling up order spells generally allows us to apply just an extra stack of whatever they do. And I don't think that's bad, but I do want to make sure that we get our army size up. We can't take maximum advantage of it right now, but I don't know where we're going to level cap for the scenario. I guess I'll take 9 Dreiths. Yeah. Flip this farmhouse, obviously, while we're here. Go touch the road sign. All right, a little bit of bonus movement, a little bit of bonus XP. You know, bodies is bodies at this point. We can make it all the way to the gate. All right, if we give them time to beef up, I think we're going to regret it. I do feel like you should be further from the wall, maybe. Maybe something more like that. I'm less afraid of grouping up when we're against a wielderless force, obviously. Okay, didn't actually lose a unit to the ballista. That's important. These guys get to go at the end of the turn, and as things stand, they cannot shoot the cannons, which I feel is pretty important to maintain. So this thing has 500 HP. So we can just teleport. We can teleport somebody through the wall. Right, and I feel like that's probably the thing we want to do with the pikes here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm trying to figure out like where exactly do I want them to end up. We can use justice to clear one of the ballistas. And our leveled up boiling blood actually will kill the other one. Right, and that's chaos and order and destruction. So actually, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to do that. Instead of chaos stepping. Because this will do damage again next round at the beginning of their turn. Oh no, okay. His maximum normal range is effectively infinite. So no, he still absolutely will be able to attack the cannons. The cannons are outside his deadly range. Well, we can spike him a little bit. That'll help things. Yeah, you just kind of get out of the way there. 9 to 15. I feel like this is the shot we want. Those poor pikes. I didn't even think about that. I feel a little silly for having not considered that would be the thing that would happen. Do I want to... I guess I'm going to drop 3 stacks of aggression on the guns here, because it would be really cool if we could actually finish this. Okay, we cannot. So I guess we know we're going to take the shot here. I'm thinking I just step up to here and hit strengthen for the moment. Oh, well, strengthen's just a melee strengthen. In that case, then, I will place 2 stacks of protection on you, and fucking good luck there, friend. Okay, that could have been worse. You're, like, a little annoying. I could probably just... How much health do you have? 21? I probably don't want to boiling blood you, though. I guess we'll justice. That feels like massive overkill. But I want to have the teleport. That's a little not ideal. Take some melee resistance here, because this is going to be a lot of counterattack damage. Yeah, it's fairly harsh. You should probably back away before you play your song. Their range is kind of irrelevant at this point. Move up and aim. I don't know how much it's going to matter. Alright, so we just chaos step you forward. Oh, there's only one... Right, there's only one space from which that guy's actually attackable. Well, good luck. This is gonna hurt a little bit. I'm gonna go show this barrel who's boss. Okay. Let's maybe remove you from this situation, actually. You did good work being a distraction there. That's just so many units. And then, like, rapid fire is going to let us just pulp this dude, right? And yeah, there's no reason not to insect swarm him, just for the hell of it. Let's use all the magic. Run away! Okay, because we're going to get to double attack here. And then double attack here. I will just apply some stacks of aggression. Yeah. Okay. And then you're not going to go anywhere because I don't want you in the way. Obviously, every dead unit is a big deal here because, you know, we're dealing with the enemy's respawn timer, and like this army needs to be in as good a shape as possible as quickly as possible. And so it does suck to lose 22 real pikes. oof, especially since conversion is a forever here, but I think it's worth it because this is like a proper built up settlement, right? We'll see if that ends up being foolish. As things stand right now, though, we know their most terrifying army is over here, and their other army is dead right now. So, all right. Would there be much use to you running out anywhere else? Probably not. We're probably looking at needing to be in a functional defensive posture this turn, which is to say your army needs to do some more recruiting. All right. Let's cap the stacks. And then, like, obviously, I think we can probably disband this single brigand. And what do we want to put in the army to replace it? I mean, we could buy an awful lot of Dreaths. I do like a Dreath. Doesn't do so much for our casting ability, but Nimander doesn't make quite as good use of the essence anyway. Yeah. We'll just grab most of another stack of Dreaths, and then we'll defend with Wielder here. All right, let's see what they do. He's coming. He wants to do it. Wow, he can make it all the way. Okay, it's fast. Sorry. They are very fucking fast, like the enemy armies in general, which is frustrating. The move speeds, I talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but the move speeds really make the game just like it's like rocket tag in a lot of ways. This army was led by a fierce wielder with an axe resting easily on her shoulder. She marched out to meet with Nimander Breeze before battle. Mercenary, this is your one chance to surrender. I am Vilya of Thorncliffe, and your hirelings are not welcome here. Surrender? The last time I trusted Stoutheart, Cecilia sent me to jail and refused to ransom me. I think I'll try my luck on the field of battle. Ah, the invader of Barkspur. You must have used your last bit of luck to escape. Well, no luck required. I had a little help from a new friend. Another who has suffered under Stoutheart's rule. Baron Aldous of Loth. Okay, so that's probably covered in the campaign that we haven't played yet. Typical Barian. You stand by your worthless contracts without any understanding of the situation. But I do understand. I will defeat you. Lady Hammond will have her lands back, and an injustice will be set right. Ugh, prepare for battle. This is gonna be a fucking nightmare. I guess the veteran muskets can be... Maybe they should be higher up because they have the aim ability. We're more likely to be able to make use of them up here. This is grim. All right. This is grim, but like we kind of have to get it right. Like it has to work. Otherwise we are in great danger. Okay, so all of their important units are shielded. That makes this tricky. I guess we're shooting at archers, or like maybe I'm shooting at, well, no, this is going to deal 4 to 6 damage. Also, oh yeah, they have essence shield in addition to the shielding. All right, well, we'll just have them both focus on the same ranged unit. You probably can't poke people through the door, but I guess stand here and be prepared to poke people. You can run up on the wall and strengthen our ranged units. You really can't do anything of value. I can separate from my units a little bit, my other units, just so that we're not like so vulnerable to spell fire. Because it doesn't really help for this unit to be right behind the gate anyway. Okay, we're dealing a lot more raw damage here, but it's still pretty sad overall. Yeah, I guess just pick on one of their ranged. Ooh, that's a pretty okay swap. Wow, you are allowed to attack melee through the gate. That feels a little silly. I mean, good for us. You know, they build the gates with those little gaps in them, right? Feels a little silly to burn a pacify here. It's an awful lot of order. Like, what am I saving up for? A rally, right? Rally gives us some defense. I'm just thinking, like, I want to deal damage to this guy. I want to not take a ton of damage on the reply, right? I think I'm not going to bother. His Chaos Step is only level 2, so I can't use it to rescue the muskets. That's right, the destination tile has to be empty, even though the destination tile is not one of the places you can land. Yeah, like, this should be fine because all of the tiles you can actually end up in are available, but no, that is not how Chaos Step works, sadly. I mean, we do lose if we can't break their Fist of Order, right? If we can't get through this melee. So I think we have to, boy, 3 to 5 kills, and it's going to trade off my entire stack of hyenas. This is really rough. Yeah. I guess just hang out. You really don't get to do anything this turn. At least they made one of their own melee units unable to, or one of their own ranged units unable to attack with the swap, so all they could do was just barely finish off the one, the half musket stack. That's something. Boy, it feels like the ballistas are always so meaningful when the enemies use them. We're like very doomed here, huh? So attacking doesn't do very much for us here. Attacking loses us the pikes. I don't think it's worth Chaos Stepping them out. I mean, the thing is, even if we saved up a Chain Lightning, it just doesn't do enough damage to matter, right? Unfortunately, Namander's magic is very biased toward, like, buffs and stuff, and we've already lost most of the troops that we would that we would use buffs on. You do 3 to 5 damage. Yes, I think we want to onslaught. Maybe the Dire Dreaths. So that's 120 to 160 damage, whereas this is, yeah. So I don't think I do want to spend magic here. So I guess I'm just gonna. Well, I don't think they're going to run another unit into range. Spearwall's not going to do anything, and then this guy's going to attack and kill. But taking... Oh, man. Getting almost exactly one body's worth of health off of this stack and then dying in response feels really bad. Yeah, all right. Let's run you to like here and get some free damage. And then you are getting the onslaught. That's the best we could do. He's got a lot of those chaos swaps. Okay, we did get some value out of the spear wall. But yeah, I think this is we lose the map. Right, because Bigley still exists. But he's up there in convert mode. We could change the big settlement to raise mode instead. Fortunately, Indamander doesn't have any gear of value, so he didn't have anything to lose. So we could free up our ability to run around with our wielder. But I don't think that's actually a very good idea. Like, we need to have a functional settlement. Can I not get a mouse over for... No, okay, we don't get to know. I mean, that's fair. We don't actually control the settlement anymore. But I was kind of hoping to see how many turns they have to spend in... how many turns they have to spend in conversion mode. That was a max level town. So like one thing I'm wondering is when we're done converting this, if we run to the portal, where's the other end of this? Do I even know? Like, can we get back here and try to punish them before this army has a chance to refill? But the fact is that army hasn't actually lost anything. And if we still had a reasonable income during this time, we could build up several turns of income, have Bigley come out of here, purchase the stacks needed to refill, and then... Oh, the other end of that portal's right there. Purchase the stacks needed to like completely fill his army, and then attack swiftly there. But because now we don't have a real settlement, our base income is actually very poor for these 3 turns. Nothing meaningful will happen for a bit here. We'll accumulate 1 turn of income over all that time. And then in the end, we will have the ability to recruit nothing. We lost all of our buildings that had troops pooled in them. And we don't have any recruitment stuff here. Like, we could go back to the save from the beginning of the episode and try a different tack. I don't think the game is winnable from this point. We're considerably behind them in terms of military strength, and they're gaining much more quickly than we are. So I am going to go ahead and bail on this. Let's try picking up from the beginning of the episode, and we're gonna have to... how do we do this? Like, the answer is Bigley's got to fight that army, right? So the green portal... Where's the other end of the green portal? The other end of the green portal's there. So if we run orange portal to green portal, it's not actually that great of a distance to get back home. No, shoot, the green portal's on the other side of the river. Well, it's still not that great of a distance, but it is a distance. The problem is having enough troops to be a threat, right? I think the situation we may actually be in here is that the game is not, the map is not recoverable from this moment. We might have to start over. I'm wondering how we deal with this. Like, how do you prevent this wrecking ball from occurring? How do you defeat a throng of Shield of Order? I guess like one thing is you have to put together a position that is resilient to them getting the first real turn. Because probably what you have to do on that turn where they are all essence shielded is just back up. You have to let them spend their essence shield. Essence shield runs out when you are essence shield runs out when you attack, right? There's not enough for the unit to take a turn. The unit has to spend its attack. All right. What we have to do is accumulate a lot of troops really, really quickly. Let me try this. Let me hit this. Let's run up the hill here. Grab all this money, as much of this free money laying on the ground as we can. Come back and hit the rally point like next turn or something. Okay, bandits, insignificant, of course. They are still going to make me fight them, so, like, insignificant, but by what measure? Y'all probably don't need to be there. Yeah, this is probably fine. We should be able to do this without loss, I would think. Yeah, let's just, like, step up to here. I guess step up to here, because y'all are a little slow moving. Well, they did a good job of positioning themselves such that I can't get the wide shot I want, but it's probably fine. We'll just do that. You should be able to drop, yeah, just kind of anybody you want. And like this guy's dead already. Let's teleport you up here so we can do this. That's a cool animation with the axes flying off. All right, we gotta hope that this is like actually a substantial amount of money up here. Here's some stone or whatever. Ancient Ruins is XP. I mean, I'll take that. I'm not opposed to some XP. 2,100 extra gold. Not as much as I was hoping, for sure. Alright, you should probably do the thing we did last time as well. Go make some money for defense. Somebody's got to harvest this orchard, and for some reason, it's your responsibility. But yeah, it may be the case that I need to turn the difficulty down too. We might have to restart this on a lower difficulty. I'll go ahead and grab that. Is that good? Defense up, offense down. Those are worn boots, which are not worth interacting with. This Forgotten Sanctuary... Oh, right. I need to spend my level up. I guess let's take Order Magic because, like, we are in desperate need of something that's going to affect the state of battle right this second. I can go touch the Order Spire. We're not going to be able to hit the rally point this turn anyway. So I feel like grabbing this and having it produces a point of order every turn for us, right? Yeah. That seems, or every round. That seems useful. Is there any other... At this point, any amount of money on the table would be useful. But no, I don't see anything else that we can do to generate value. So just get in here, play defense. Yep, okay, so this army can't get any stronger right now. We know all this. I'm just going to hit quick battle because I don't feel like we really accomplished very much by being in there. Let's see what it gives us as a result from the quick battle. Honestly, that's probably about right. Oh, Paradine's back. Impossibly enough, with a challenging level. Jesus. Well, you know what? I was thinking we were gonna recruit stuff with the amount of gold that we've accomplished put together here, but actually we can't do that with this build-up because none of our recruitment buildings exist anymore. It's like my plan was to have Bigley show up while the town is in conversion mode, because then Vilya's army doesn't get to refill or anything. Like they're in whatever state they were in when they defeated the town, right? But we can't beat that army with this army. We probably couldn't beat that army with 22,000 gold worth of reinforcements anyway. And obviously there's no version of this or where we win this battle. Yeah, I think we might legitimately be dead. Like, just dead on the table. I think their armies are so powerful and our army is not. It's not anywhere near powerful enough to fight back. So how would we... Let's just hit restart for a moment here. How would we play the early parts of this mission efficiently enough to be in a place where we can fight Vilya? Because that's what has to happen, right? Bigley has to be in a position to beat Vilya the first time we encounter Vilya. All right, enough. Yeah. How would we do that? Interact with this for a little bit of XP. Run forward. I do feel like there should probably be a there should be a toggle for don't show me the words, like with the second time you're playing the mission, right? Okay, structure has been destroyed. It doesn't look all that destroyed, but you know, for mechanical purposes. All right, so at this point, they're already running around, gobbling up absolutely everything. They start with a pretty undeveloped town. Well, sorry, they start with a tier 3. It looks undeveloped, but you know, it is the core is tier 3 already, which is worth noting. It is generating some real money for them. We knock on the gate. Threat level is fair, apparently. Probably want to swap these, right? Okay. So we have to take this over, and we have to generate... a like pretty serious economic position very, very, very quickly. Do I attack the gate? Or do I run up adjacent to it and just attack this guy through it? You're not upgraded, right? No, yeah, well, you have the flame breath in any case. So if we have him attack the gate from this tile, he'll do damage to the guys through it. But I guess if we want to destroy it, we're going to have to... Right, because you're not going to get through it in a single attack, certainly. But also, how much damage do I really contribute? Not very much. And it is enough to kill a footman. Yeah, I guess I will stand back and attack the gate, if only so that there is still space adjacent to the gate for the horses to move into. You are for sure just playing songs right now. Okay, it did a little bit of damage through. That's something. So we do have the ability... I think I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, we only have Justice 1. Now, Bigly can't kill both of these in a single spell cast. If I do Boiling Blood 3 on that thing, on this thing, we'll kill one and we'll do a bunch of damage to the second one. And then I think I probably do just Justice this one clear, right? Okay. So is the best thing to do even to shoot? Or should this turn be a repositioning turn? The fact that I'm only going to get to fire once in the first 2 turns really does make me want to move forward and not fire. Maybe I should just shoot at the door, actually. Is there any chance we could open it? No, we're dealing like 100 damage, maybe. If I could get the knights through, I guess maybe that's a good reason not to have spent all my chaos, because like teleporting the knights past the gate is definitely high value play. Yeah, all right. Soften you up a little bit. Okay, so this thing is now dead. It will not survive the beginning of the next round. You are gonna have to step up. You might be needed in combat. This feels like this must be going worse than it did the last time, right? Let me see here. So they have... I'm just gonna place a mine. It's not really a strong incentive for you to do much of anything. Yeah, this guy's got deadly range to wherever he feels like shooting at. Alright, I figured that was about as good as that was gonna get. So... I feel like it's gotta be teleport through. We're gonna end up losing everything except for... yeah, we're gonna end up losing everything except for the knights, but I think we probably win this battle. This feels like it's more costly than the way we did it the first time. Oh, the spell wore off. I thought it lasted another turn. I guess it doesn't. So 315 damage is enough to clear out both of these stacks. And like, we lose our one artificer, but we're gonna lose that one artificer anyway. We can do a rally. I don't think we want to play around with battlefield position all that much. Like, the fact is, what's about to happen here is that guy attacks the horses, gets murdered. And now we have to figure out, like, what is the most efficient way for these horses to kill a bunch of these guys. I guess if I chaos step you to the other side of the wall, then you'll at least deal a little bit more damage. Right, because the ranged attack resistance these guys have is being conferred by their position. Yeah, I guess so. It's not like amazing, but... That sucks. This thing has 16 health. We'd have to roll max damage. Like, I probably just want to kill this guy with magic. Then again, we're going to generate a single point of chaos. which means I actually won't be able to reapply Boiling Blood. So if I don't want this thing to get a turn... Here we go. 10 damage. Finish the job. That feels very silly. You step up to here and kill that entire stack. We pacify the other one, I guess? I think there's no version of this where we don't lose at least one knight. But yeah, let's throw a pacify up here. And then we'll do the old school version of pacify here. Okay, and then the battle's over, obviously. So like each of these knights is an extremely high value resource, right? To lose one of them in the assault is a bummer for sure. Extremely high valuable, literally irreplaceable resource. Obviously we got to convert it. We got to turn the town into something of value. I do think Attuned is the right play here. And then yeah, it's like from here we're already massively on the back foot because we're going to have a tier 3 settlement at the end of round 5, whereas they started with one. Yeah, the economic position seems very difficult to overcome. I'll tell you what, I might, I'm going to call the episode here. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to play around with openings on this a little bit, and when y'all come back next time, I will either have an opening to demonstrate that I think is sufficient for getting this going, or I will or we'll start it again on the low, on a difficulty down, because I think that the economic advantage that the enemy is receiving here might just be too much for me to be able to overcome. I'm sure there are people who can, but I don't know for sure that like our Bigly is optimized at this point. You know, that it may be the case that given choices I made in earlier missions, this is not something we can deal with, or honestly it could be just that I don't have the in-game skill to make it from here, but other people could. In any case, like I'm saying, I'll figure out what we're doing. When you come back, you'll see, and we'll see you then.